And now to the ramps.
Yeah, so I will call on the stage the first speaker. I believe he's on the front.
So we have to prepare the chrono. It's okay? Okay.
Tu te mets où tu veux, enfin juste que tu sois pas là dans un quart d'heure quoi. Ouais.
First, Rump.
Ok, tu cherches la question. Oula, qu'est-ce que je suis en train de faire? Tac. Tu prends la marche.
You just have to wait that the chrono starts before.
Yeah.
You just said when you are ready. It's okay?
Yes, it's okay. Hi everyone. I will talk about JAWS tool I built on purpose, on AWS Cloud purpose. That's why I called it JAWS for the jokes. Who am I? There's a fault, but it's on purpose because I like jokes. My name is Padway. You can find my GitHub. Very simply, I'm a red teamer, pen tester, and my specialty is offensive dev tooling. So now let's back to the tool. That's it for the presentation. Let's go. So, what's the problem? So I was performing kind of lab in AWS Cloud, and I found myself having some tokens like that, and also some configuration because you have many regions in AWS environment. And there are tools to discover what those tokens are meant for, because in AWS ecosystem, those tokens, you have to test it to see what they can do. There are no other way. So there are tools to perform this job, but they are slow, so I decided to implement my own, which runs in 6 minutes, a little bit longer for this demo, because I was doing this earlier this day on the lunch time with my 5G, so not so fast. And then you just have, once you have those credentials set up, you can call the script with a whitelist. I implemented a whitelist and some other stuff you can read on the README of the project. So I'm whitelisting 3 services of AWS, which are IAM, STS, EC2, and you can have many profiles. The tool told you which profile to take, and then it starts brute forcing whatever is performed to do. It has a lot of stuff, and then it prints you out with the option P the number of calls it will perform, because in AWS you have about 400 services, and they have in average 50 functions each, so it's about 20,000 calls to make to identify what this token do. And then I made a pretty advancement bar, so you won't wait behind your screen, oh, when will we end this? Because the other tool, you spawn it and you wait until the results. And also I made another interesting stuff that the other tool don't do, sorry. So I wrote all the results. I will skip this part a little bit because it's quite long. Yay! And then it creates you this folder, user Lucifer, because even if in my profile I identify this token as a profile Toto, When I perform the AWS call, I see that it is attached to a user called Lucifer for the region US East 2. And then you have the folder up with the JSON and all the call it has performed in the background, so you can inspect every call it did and see every result it retrieves, like that. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Exactly in the time. That's good. Next speaker. Agnès, it's you? Okay. No slide. You have no slide. Okay, no slide.
I have no slides. I would like to present you briefly the PTCC program I'm working on. So PTCC stands for Transfer Program for Cyber Campus. And this is the national program in the scope of France 2030. Actually, by transfer, we mean transfer from everything that is performed in the academic research to company and public organism. So what, in more detail, what it means, it can be competencies, it can be technologies, or knowledge. Actually, we target mainly the academic community, and with some extent the company, also the companies. This program provides fundings for different objects that can be transfer program, pre-transfer program, can be also startup creation, CIF thesis, and professional trainings. We have also a lab, a cyber lab, and a cyber range from Airbus, from the Airbus company. So I can give you more detail, but I rather invite you to visit us at our booth. Regarding the transfer program, it's a collaboration between researcher and companies. So you can have funding for this kind of object. For the pre-transfer, if you have an idea and you will want to go further, and so we can this program also can provide funding, also with an academic with an economic study, market study. So this is for the transfer part. We have also funding regarding the startup creation. I mean, in both cases, just before the startup creation or just after the creation, we can help also with, in this case, so we have also the collaboration in case of CIF thesis and also for professional training. Okay, so I will not go into more detail. We have a booth, and so I invite you to visit us, where you can have more detail about all this subject.
Okay, thank you. Next one. C'est Philippe. Philippe. What do you bring?
devil's
An
device.
accessory for the ramp.
What is that?
Okay.
Should I jump off the stage?
This is dangerous
to be
ramp.
safe?
Which one is it?
Yeah, yeah. This, yeah. Can find your.
Tu as cliqué à quoi? Ouais, c'est ça. Et après, tu fais CTRL.
Contrôle L.
Tiens, je te fais CTRL, tu fais L. Yeah, collaboration.
Go.
Okay, so as the first speaker, I will use a famous movie to illustrate my talk. So the question is the title is Dataset Wars, because now we have to validate, to assess the cybersecurity tools, especially the one based on AI, and we have a fight between people that leverage real traces and the other that leverage synthetic traces. So my name is Filip Owczarski. For the next 5 minutes, you can call me Obi-Wan. I'm a Jedi Master at La CNRS. I will first show you the dark side of the empire. So the cybersecurity research domain is controlled by seat knights, I call the giant carriers, the big security companies. They are taking advantage of their position and of the dark side of the force. They control the real traffic traces that they are gathering, and they refuse to share them with others. They reject all the papers from authors that are not paying their tribute. Those who use synthetic traces for validating their work are considered as outlaws. Seats are pretending that traces are not realistic. Thanks to now we started the Rebel Alliance force. And the Rebel Alliance is fighting against the empire of seats. And for that, of course, we have the wisdom of some Jedi masters, as Yoda there. And then we can say traffic traces, realism mean nothing. Is there a formal definition of what is realism for that? Of course, there is no. Real traffic traces are just examples of cases that happen once and will never happen again, because the user will work differently, or they will have different usages. They are therefore of almost null interest for cybersecurity tools of the future. The real traffic traces are covering only a very narrow range of possible situations, so it means that your cybersecurity tools won't be effectively assessed. So thanks now to the force of the synthetic traces, we can create synthetic traces of high variety in terms of protocol, traffic, application, with very various scenarios, with unlimited variability, especially using generative AI capabilities. We can create synthetic traces for the future with attacks covering all aspects of the attacking surfaces of network systems and applications. And we are leveraging synthetic traces allows much more complex assessment methodology than with real traffic traces. So now I have my join the Rebel Alliance. Takes your lightsaber. Generate synthetic traces with control properties. Share them. Document them. You open repositories for collecting them and promote the use of synthetic traces, the best methodology to reach complete IDS validation. May the force be with us.
Thank you. C'est un vrai, quoi. Next one, Benoît? Your mic
is
it's
Osama.
Okay, I go.
Yeah, all right.
Tes slides sont mis dessus. Dossier Rump. Tu fermes ceux de Philippe. Ah oui, tu partais, tu m'as fait peur.
C'est contrôlé le...
Contrôlez là.
So hello everyone, my name is Usama. I'm a penetration tester intern at Orange Cyber Defense. Today I will be talking to you about COM hijack. So what is COM? So COM, have you ever thought how your antivirus knows that your firewall is down. So we Microsoft just developed that for internal communication between process. So it permits to your antivirus, even if it's from different stack, like for .NET, C#, to communicate with your firewall, which is in C++. So comms have a unique GUID like this. And every COM is attached with a DLL file. So to communicate with the firewall, for example, you need to load its DLL file. So the question is how your process will get this DLL path. The answer is registry. In Windows, we have something called registry, just like a dictionary where you have all addresses. And as you see here, the process searched the DLL, found its path and downloaded. For red teamers, that's a great vector of attack because we can do initial access with that. For example, here making a PDF LNK shortcut, and when the victim clicks on it, it drops the DLL and the exact path of the COM hijack. But before that, we need to find the target. It's some process that they don't found their DLL in the specified registry key, so they search it away, and we will make a DLL that exports the same functions, and this is called proxying. We'll proxy the DLL needed by the program, for example, Teams or other programs, and redirect it to the real DLL. It's good because it's signed, so more trusted by EDRs and antiviruses. Good for post-exploit. It opens a new scope for local privilege escalation. If you hijack a browser or a password manager, you dump passwords, and you can do social engineering by controlling notifications. I developed a tool that fixes a real problem, is how to find COM hijack, because with Pokemon, you miss a lot of programs that run in system start. So I developed a kernel driver that attached to kernel Windows in boot and check every callback from register callback to see a process that doesn't find his specific registry. For example, example for Hunt, I found a process of Microsoft Defender. It's your antivirus, and you will see that he will load my DLL. For example, it's a persistent demonstration where a process signed, which is a process related to Windows Defender, will load my own code. Here is the startup of the system. He's loading every program. Nidal is my coworker, and this book is that dedicates is a hot tip to Nidal. And you can see that our code is executed inside Microsoft Defender, and using Pokemon or using every red team tools, you cannot find comms like this because this process runs before your Pokemon and runs even before any program. We can control notifications, so we can send a notification, as you see Nidal in the middle, and the guys as a pretended or we are impersonating Windows Defender, so this is good for social engineering. If you have initial access for admin post and you don't know what is his password, you pop a notification or a URC notification where you say your laptop is locked. You just need to enter your password, and it works in red team operations. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Osama. Thank you. Next one. Guillaume.
T'as mis les slides? Okay.
Comment ça fonctionne là?
And the reps? Yeah. You have a rump directory.
Ah oui.
Yeah, here. CTRL L, si c'est du PDF.
Ah c'est... Oh merde. J'ai fait Windows L.
There is a password in the clear on the laptop.
J'avais pas vu.
Et tu l'as?
So, yeah.
Ah, t'as loupé le...
Moi je fais Windows L au lieu de CTRL.
Ah ouais.
Le classique.
CTRL L is better than Windows L. This is a PowerPoint. Ah no, it's not Control L. Control is for PDF. Sorry, it's a panorama. In panorama.
It's,
Start.
yes,
Start. Yes.
MS,
That's
whatever. Okay.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah. Yes, it's okay.
Okay. Hi
Yes.
everyone. So here is my ramp about Hello Kitty. So we will see why it's his name as this. So I'm going to talk about some terminal emulator. So if you are using probably Linux and you like to custom your setup, you probably have heard about Alacrity, GNOME Terminal, and also Kitty, which are really popular terminal emulator. So I focused on Kitty because what is Kitty? It's a really famous terminal emulator that can display images, but also it can display GIFs in the terminal, so that's pretty funny. And if you spend a lot of time in the terminal, you will really like it. And a lot of my colleagues are using Kitty right now, so I started to use it too. It also handles terminal multiplexing, such as Temux or Terminator. So just before dipping a little deeper in Kitty, there is console code, which are special sequences handled by your terminal emulator, and some of them are handled by the driver, TTI driver of the Linux kernel. So as you can see, by setting some sequences, we can display text in bold red or in italic cyan, which are just colors. But there is another level, which is you can ask the kernel to report the mouse position, so you can build complex applications such as Vim, for instance. And there are Kitty level, where console code and escape sequences can display images in the terminal. So if you build a subprogram, it will display a terminal by using special sequence code. So Kitty has a lot of features. I cannot go into all of them during the run because it will take too much time. And one of it is to share SSH data between Kitty instance, and if it chooses a share memory area, and it's open it and read the data from this share memory, so you can edit files through SSH using Kitty on every instance, which is really powerful. Anyway, as we can see, Kitty doesn't handle really well error, and they are displayed in the sub-process, as we can see. So if I use the special escape sequence Kitty SSH, it will try to open a shared memory that doesn't exist, and it will run the subcommand, so that can be dangerous, and we will see how. So here is the time for the demo. Hope I'm not going to do Control L, Windows L. Up. Okay, so here is the demo for Kitty. It will simulate.
We cannot see it. Escape first.
Ah, oh là là. Oh là, losing time. Comment je fais pour escape là? Ah, t'as géré, merci. Okay, perfect. No, not perfect. Yeah, great. So anyway, we got time. So I'm just gonna simulate one of my colleagues, which is using Kitty on the right, just there. And here it's me from Orange Cyber Defense, the attacker, and we will see how we can exploit my colleagues. I will ask him, for instance, to share a file with me through Netcat, and we will see what will happen. It doesn't end well for him, I think. So as we can see, the term variable is set to Kitty. I'm going to send a file through pipe to Netcat, and I started a malicious handler on the other end. And as you can see, I just got a reverse shell from my colleague, and I'm running in Kitty. So here we are. Make sure your terminal emulator are secured. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, c'est Ralph. Ralph, monsieur. Ah, parce que tu es obligé de mettre ça. Ok.
accessories.
So for full disclosure, this was not really planned, so it's fully unscripted. I'm just going to go to there, scroll down, and shall be there soon. Great. I'm ready.
Start. Okay.
Okay, so MCP does not stand for Minecraft code project. It's the Model Context Protocol. It was developed by Anthropic. The idea is simple. Before we had LLM agents and tools, we wanted the LLM to talk to the tool, and it had to comply with everything that the tool wanted in its API, etc. So the idea is to unify everything. But this comes with drawbacks. The first one being that, well, AI is kind of the hype at the moment. And so everyone is rushing to start some MCP servers, like that. And it's pretty much the MySQL moment of the 2000s, but vibe coded, so it's worse. There have been a lot of studies and a lot of CVs, sometimes tens of CVs on MCP endpoints in a single day, which is admittedly a little bit. So at FenRisk, we developed a burp suite extension called MC Pwned. The idea is that it lives in the background, and do you see my mouse? Yes. And whenever it sees some request that looks like MCP, because MCP has a specific way of using JSON RPC to communicate, it will flag it for you so that you can send it to the MCP tab, which you can see right here. And once there, it will automatically scan the MCP server, knowing that an MCP server will provide capabilities, which are write capabilities, known as tools, read capabilities, for resources, and prompts, which is basically a way of getting context. So for instance, if I have a Blender tool, I can have a resource capability of listing everything in my 3D scene. And I can also have a write capability of creating a new object. So I can tell my agent, hey, create a black Hello Kitty thing, and it's going to pull a Hello Kitty model and use the tool create object to create an object. So now the idea is that we have all, can I zoom in? Nope, I can't. Where we have all the different tools that are listed, and we can get all the documentation that the MCP server provides. And usually MCP servers are not made to be accessed by humans, because they're for AIs. But it does not mean that they are not accessible. And actually, the default configuration for MCP servers is over HTTP with no authentication and no authorization. So pretty much the whole world can talk with it. So then in Burp Suite, we have a lot of quality of life features. So for instance, you can send a specific tool to the repeater. It will automatically build the RPC request, which I'm pretty saddened you can't see. Is it better? It's going to build the the JSON RCP request for you to interact with it. You can also use it to restore the session cookies, which are generated by MCP. There are also other quality of life features, so that, for instance, it can parse the sometimes very long and complex and redundant responses from MCP. There's still a lot to do because MCP is constantly evolving. There are new features that were released, I think 3 months ago, that are still experimental, but it'd be cool to implement them. And there are also new ways of interacting with MCP because we now can also use WebSockets since I think last year. So there's still a lot of work to do, but if you're interested, you can go on FenRisk's website, or on the GitHub page for the project, from which we can download the MC Pwned, jar file to use in Burp Suite, and perhaps even contribute if you're interested in that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Simon.
This is not my video, though.
Yes, this is what.
And
PDF Control L.
Let's start.
Wonderful. Hello, everyone. My name is Simon, and I like working on Windows. And as it happens, EDRs are really annoying from a pentester point of view, at least. And so I'm going to show you a little bit how to dump LSS using vulnerable drivers. So this is nothing new. Most of what I'm talking about here is based on a Coolsperson tool, which is available on GitHub. And basically, the goal is just to explain how you could dump LSS via vulnerable drivers, exploiting read and write arbitrary read and write primitives. So first, when using standard tools such as Mimikatz, or the usual way to dump the memory of LSS from a user land perspective, the EDRs usually block the read memory. So as you can see here, you have an access denied. So we cannot, we still get a process handle, but we cannot read the memory, so there is no DOP. And what we think happens is that the kernel callbacks from the EDR prevents the access to the LSS memory from user land. So we are going to try and call the kernel function directly. But as you guessed it, it's not really possible, well, from user land. So we are going to use vulnerable drivers that allow arbitrary memory read, physical memory, and same thing, arbitrary physical memory write. So how do we transform this into the arbitrary kernel syscall? Well, usually how it happens is you call a function, nt-open-process, for instance, and that is in the nt-dll, and this DLL is going to call the kernel function zw-open-process that corresponds to this function. So what we want to do is to find a useless function that is not monitored by the ADR, patch the code via the write primitive to jump to the function that we really want to call, and then call the useless function and profit. So this is what we did. We found the anti-shutdown system because, well, we hope that the user doesn't want to shut down his system, and find the address of the anti-shutdown system on the kernel land, and jump on the function that we want to call. So we only need the virtual address of the function we want to use, so we can parse the binary of the kernel and find the offset ourselves, and find the physical address of the useless function and patch it. So we just scan the physical memory and write to the right address. So yes, this is basically what it looked like, finding a needle in a haystack. Anyway, we find it, we are really happy, but the EDR still detects it because EDRs don't like us searching for offsets in the NTOS binary and then performing memory writes and memory reads. So we can do it in 2 steps, and it works, and we have a dump of the LSS memory. Ta-da! And don't forget to unload the driver if you are on the client's environment. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Can you hear me? Yes. So I have registered a spot for Damien. So do we have a rump after all?
No.
Maybe
so
not.
Next one.
Okay. So so next one is David. So please proceed. Thank you.
Alors désolé, je vais la faire en français parce que je l'ai écrite en français et elle va être un peu... Je vais être un peu short, donc je ne vais pas tenter le diable.
Éliminé.
You can apologize in English.
Yes. I apologize in English.
In French, it's only 2 minutes.
Bonjour à tous. Il y a un truc souvent qui m'énerve, c'est les boîtes de réseau qui se présentent comme des boîtes de sécurité alors qu'elles ont des vulnérabilités RCE préhautes qui vaudraient 5 points sur Rootmeet, tellement elles sont évidentes. Donc tous les Netgear, F5, etc., Cisco, F5, Palo Alto, F5, tout cela. Donc aujourd'hui, on va un peu parler de... Je vais vous donner un exemple un peu éloquent d'un exemple du niveau de sécurité de ces boîtes de sécu. Un audit interne classique, j'ai mon petit tool qui bouffe du Nmap, il regarde tout ce qui ressemble à du HTTP et il fait un petit screenshot, il va faire un brute force basique. S'il voit du login password, il tente ça heuristiquement avec un petit brute force avec une liste qui va bien. Mais il y en a toujours qui ne veulent pas faire comme les autres et qui n'envoient pas le password. Là j'avais fait admin, donc il m'envoie un espèce de truc, donc je suis là, bon, fait chier, il va falloir que je fasse à la main. En face de quoi on est? On est devant un D-Link DAP qui sert en gros à manager des access points pour le Wi-Fi. Il est sorti en 2020. Si vous lisez sa cheat sheet, il a plein de fonctions de sécurité. Le mot secure, il apparaît je ne sais pas combien de fois. Ils ont notamment Telnet et ça en 2020, ça fait plaisir. Bon, du coup, c'est quoi ce hash qu'il a envoyé? J'ai essayé du MD5 avec Burp Suite à la volée, c'était pas ça, donc super. Va falloir que j'aille lire le code. C'était pas du MD5, ils ont fait un hashMac MD5, d'un hashMac MD5, et en 2020, MD5 c'était déjà pas bon. Du coup, le snippet de code qui en gros va surcharger la partie login password à la volée, ça fait ça. J'ai pas le temps de trop vous expliquer, mais globalement, ils vont faire un hashMac d'un hashMac qui sert absolument à rien. Ils vont stocker un truc qui s'appelle la private key dans le local storage. C'est pas une super idée. Et en gros, ça n'ajoute rien en sécurité, si ce n'est que je vois pas comment ils peuvent vérifier de leur côté que le password est bon sans l'avoir stocké en clair. J'ai téléchargé firmware, faut encore que je valide. Là, c'est du travail un peu ongoing, c'est pour ça que je livre en tant que Rump. Mais pour moi, ils sont obligés de stocker le login, le password en clair. Donc voilà, c'est de la merde. Donc en gros, ils savent surtout à ce moment-là, j'ai pas envoyé de password, ils savent même pas qui je suis. Donc le salt qu'ils m'ont envoyé, ça peut pas être le salt associé à ce compte-là, puisqu'ils savent pas encore quel compte je suis. Voilà, donc en gros, je vous passe les détails. Ce qui est intéressant, c'est que je me suis dit, tiens, c'est codé tellement n'importe comment, est-ce qu'il n'y aurait pas d'autres trucs à voir? Alors déjà, quand j'ai téléchargé code source pour voir ce que c'était, 1468 lignes de JS, sachant qu'on est sur une page de login. Je fais, qu'est-ce qu'ils ont besoin de foutre dans tout ce JS? Alors, il y a 500 lignes déjà, c'est des fonctions qui servent à rien, qui sont jamais appelées, donc peut-être que ça sert post-haute, mais bon, ils auraient pu faire ça proprement et foutre ça dans des fichiers. On voit plein de codes bizarres qui a l'air un peu deg. Je suppose que c'est du templating, sinon c'est vraiment honteux. Je vous mets quelques petits exemples de trucs sympas qu'on peut voir. Hein. Donc il y a du bon code qui date de 2007 et ça fait plaisir parce que depuis, comme tout le monde sait, on n'a rien fait de mieux. Et là, je tombe sur des trucs marrants quand même. Ils ont des rainbow tables, par exemple, les tables de Richdale d'AES qui sont for internal use only. Ok, bon, c'est peut-être dommage de les envoyer dans du code côté client. Et alors après, bon, apparemment, ils ont décidé de faire leur propre version d'AES parce que j'ai vu que, je crois que j'ai trouvé la lib qu'ils ont recopiée d'AES et c'était pas une lib propre, genre CryptoJS ou autre, c'était un truc un peu deg. Et en plus, dedans, ils sont amusés à commenter des parties dans le code AES. Et alors, pour ceux qui se souviennent du site... Merde, il me reste déjà 15 minutes, putain. Pour ceux qui se rappellent du site CyberExcuse, il y en avait une, c'était on utilise une implémentation maison d'AES et vous allez voir que en général c'est pas top. À quoi il sert ce AES puisqu'il n'était pas impliqué dans le hashMac? Et bien en fait, à un moment, ils vont lire le cookie qui est actuellement, ils vont le déchiffrer avec la private key. Dans ce cookie, il y a un session ID, un compteur, ils incrémentent le compteur et ils rechiffrent derrière. Ok, super. Pour ceux qui ont un peu l'œil, il y a un truc qui m'a quand même sauté aux yeux. Je fais normalement AES c'est censé faire de la dispersion et là si je vais vous montrer les bytes qui changent entre le cookie après avoir incrémenté le compteur et avant et après, voilà, il y a un byte qui change. J'ai fait ça, c'est pas censé arriver avec AES, donc ils ont dû jouer avec AES. Et en général, quand on fait de l'AES perso, il y a toujours des couilles. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? En gros, ils vont lire leur private key, ils vont la transformer en une string d'une très mauvaise façon. Ensuite, ils se retrouvent avec une clé qui fait 256 bits qui vont passer à un AES 128. Qu'est-ce qui va se passer? En gros, ça va être envoyé dans un tableau et là, le moment où ils sont censés rentrer dans les rondes, la clé à ce moment-là, le key.length, il fait 32 et quand vous faites 32 moins 16, ça fait 16 et donc il ne rentre pas dans la boucle for et donc le AES ne fout rien. Voilà, donc en gros, ce qu'ils ont fait de très mal, normalement, il faut faire comme ça. On lit la clé hexadécimale et chaque couple de caractères, on le considère comme un byte. Eux, ils l'ont transformé en sa valeur ASCII. Donc déjà, l'entropie, elle est fuck parce qu'il y a un caractère pseudo, il vaut 3 ou il vaut 6. Ça leur fait une clé de 256 caractères. Voilà, bon, ils ont un foutu. Et je passe là-dessus. Alors, ce qui est le plus drôle, c'est que je dis au client, bon, ben, mettez à jour parce qu'il y a plein de vunes. Et puis, je me connecte en admin pour voir la version. Je fais, ah, mais forcément, c'est la version 1. Vous aurez pu mettre à jour aussi. Ça date de 2020. Et je vais sur le site pour trouver la dernière version du firmware. Ben non, c'est la dernière. En fait, ils se sont dit, dès la version 1, on fait one shot, un truc sans vunes, on est trop fort. Et il n'y a pas eu de mise à jour depuis 2020. Merci.
Merci. C'est Aurélien ? Aurélien. Dans le dossier, tu vas l'avoir. Dossier Rump. Il est ouvert, le dossier Rump. Voilà. Et ça s'appelle Aurélien, je crois. J'ai mis un truc au Rump Aurélien.
Yeah. C'est Meta L, ça.
Toi, c'est... Je sais pas ce que c'est, toi, par contre.
Contrôle L. OK.
OK, sound.
Okay, so I think I'm the last obstacle between you on the apéro. So
No,
I'll be quick.
no,
there is more?
No,
okay,
yes,
good.
one more. Just
so the thing is basically the question we have today is what brings someone to vulnerability research, right? Many of you probably did some studies in security, many didn't. Some are in academia, some just tinkering for personal projects and so on, some military, some police, some whatever. The thing is that we don't know very well how this works, how this industry works, and so on. This is not very much studied, right? So in this project, which I mentioned briefly today in the morning, PEPR Cybersécurité Rêve, which is a project of research on exploitation of vulnerabilities, we actually don't only have computer scientists, and we also have some social scientists. We have some lawyers and some sociologists. And we actually designed a survey which is designed to study researchers, security researchers, vulnerability researchers, pen testers, and so on, bug bounty hunters, if you want. We make this online survey. Basically, this is a serious survey made by actual social scientists with PhD in social sciences and so on, not like dirty surveys by computer scientists. Where we want to actually understand, it's not me, they want to understand what's the background, what is the life path, and so on. How much time do we have? Okay. And how people do the research, what is the awareness about the legal framework. And this is very complicated. We actually have, if you are curious about the legal framework, it's really a mess. And we made actually a deliverable about it, which is available. And also, we do this with privacy in mind. We don't want to build a database for whatever. So there is no private information collection. You can leave your contact details if you want, or your names or a nickname, but you don't have to. We will aggregate, the social scientist will actually, sociologist will actually make the study, will aggregate the data, but there will be no non-aggregated data that will be published or as a result in the study, and all the data will be deleted after the study has been done, which means matter of month. So this is a call for action because we need people to fill this survey. It's not ready yet. We are finalizing it. In about a month, maybe, we'll have the final version. If you feel interested, if you recognize yourself as a security researcher, vulnerability researcher, penetration tester, exploit developer, maybe, and so on, bug bounty hunter, CTF player, etc., which I guess many of you. This is not only for the top best ones in the world, it's for everyone, including if you're a student in security who are also interested in your feedback. So there is the link here, there's a QR code. I don't know if we can put maybe the slides somewhere. Feel free to share with your friends on whatever. It's open to everyone. We'll then collect the data, make the analysis, and this will end up in public research. And our goal is to make the knowledge progress because this is research. Thank you very much.
Benoît, bouche le trou là. Raconte ta vie.
Hello? Yeah, so he asked me to literally describe what I'm doing right now. I'm opening the form and reading through the form, so it's very nice. It's called Survey on Vulnerability Researchers. And I scroll down, there is nothing to, oh yeah. So I can fill my pseudonym if I want, that's true. Contact information as well, I won't do this.
So the idea of this form, this link is for you to register so that we send you the link of the actual survey later on, right? So this is just the whole explanation on this page, and you can actually read more about it. And if you leave, it's an open form, so you can leave whatever forum link, you can leave a phone number, handler, Twitter handler, or whatever we will share with you when we have the final survey available.
Thank you for the transition. So let's go.
Hello, my name is Anthony Dalmier, and I'm in my last year of my PhD. My defense is in 2 months, finally, and I'm supervised by the greatest, Vincent Nicomet, of course, Guillaume Auriol from la CNRS à INSA, and Pascal Marchand from Université de Toulouse et l'ERAS. I've a diploma d'ingénieur in cybersecurity and a master degree in psychology. And I've always wondered why people click on phishing. Some cybersecurity engineers answer because people are stupid, obviously. I hope not, because the whole hypothesis of my thesis is they're smart. And during my thesis, we published papers to understand and fill the gap between psychology and cybersecurity. We understood that just telling a user dangerous versus legit in Thunderbird, for example, if you're in your inbox, you will see a red button if Thunderbird flagged the mail as spam, and nothing if it's legit. The issue with it is not helping the user, because the user not learning anything from it, but the user can learn if we show the psychological manipulation technique used. And that's why we did during the thesis. We first start by using large language models to do it, but obviously, as you all know, the inference takes a lot of time, and it's an ecological disaster. So we distilled the large language models into a keyword-based approach. We worked on this. Pascal specifically on a paper to do that. It's what you see just here. So please be kind. We only working on it like 2 days ago, I think. But soon, great news, we will have a full-time intern working on it. So as you can see, there is the name of the psychological manipulation techniques. If you want, you can test it. It's an early beta. Just if you see bugs, just report them, and the magic of the internship will solve them automatically. Thank you.
Thank you. Last one. This is the last one now. This is the truth now. So.
Ouais, après je te le mettrai. So hello again. If I didn't convince you to use Lightix, I will try once again. So Lightix is a very beautiful framework to build a system on chips. So this image is a little bit old, but you can have a lot of softcore, so RISC-V CPUs, you have a lot of open source IPs, and a lot of boards, FPGA boards that are supported. In 2018, it was 21. For now, it is more than 150, so you might find the one you use in your everyday life, because everyone wants to develop on FPGAs. There are also all the CPUs that I was talking about at the left. Choose whatever weapon you want. which operating system you want to run on it. You have Zephyr, you have NuttX if you want real time. You have MicroPython, you have for Python on microcontrollers, you have classic Linux, even FPGA hosted Linux system. It's beautiful. Okay, if you want to add some fun on top of that, I said you can add P modes. Okay, the slides are in French. I didn't take time for that. And with all of that, you can craft a platform to capture microarchitectural signals. It's a new trend. Go on that. You have the integrated logic analyzer that is supported. And what I wanted to highlight is a beautiful work from Labstick in Brittany. They crafted this tool named Light Injector to do fault injection on FPGA. It's a kind of hardware Trojan box, and we will use it soon for future work, so stay tuned, and thanks.
Thank you. This was the last speaker.
Yeah, so that was the last presentation. Just in one word, I would like to thank all the participants and the speakers that gave great talks today. And with one word, let's conclude with beer.
Yeah, thanks, sorry. So beer now, and we'll see you tomorrow at 9, I think, tomorrow, for the second day of the THCon.